Hello friends, in today's Learn Science and Chemistry podcast by Chemistry Notes Info, we are going to learn about atoms and molecules. Dear friends, I am your host Jitendra Singh Sandhu, and today's podcast we are going to discuss about atoms, molecules, as these are important chapters in CBSE, NCERT and many state boards for 9th and 10th standard students. Friends, atoms and molecules are responsible to make everything like dust, sand, ink, brakes, buildings, mobile in your hands, humans, animals, plants, everything is made up of atoms. Atom is the basic building units of matter. When atoms bond together, they form molecules. So, about atoms, we can simply say that atom is basic building block of all matters. Atoms have nucleus, which is very small and heaviest part of the atom. Atom is surrounded by large cloud of electrons, which is lightest part of the atoms. So atoms have two parts. One is nucleus, another is cloud. So nucleus is the heaviest part and which is very small, and the surrounding cloud is the lightest part and it is very big in size, where electrons moves around the nucleus in orbits. So by definition, the smallest unit of an element that retain its chemical properties is known as atom. And for the structure, atoms composed of protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons are positively charged particles found in the nucleus, while neutrons are neutral particles also found in the nucleus. Electrons are negatively charged particles orbiting around the nucleus. Atomic number. Atomic number is the number of protons in an atom's nucleus, which defines the element, while mass number is the total number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus. Dear friends, now we are going to learn about molecules. So we can simply say that when two or more than two atoms form bond with each other, so they can form a molecule, or a group of atoms held together by chemical bonds. Then they form molecules. By definition, the smallest unit of a compound that retains its chemical properties is known as molecules. And molecules formation occurs when atoms bond together to form molecule. There are different type of bonds which are responsible to form molecules. First is covalent bonds, second is ionic bonds. So covalent bonds forms when atoms shares electrons, while ionic bonds forms when atoms transfer electrons, resulting in charged ions that attract each other. So one atom which donate electron becomes positively charged, while another atom which accept electron becomes negatively charged. This positively and negatively charged atoms attract each other, and this state of atoms, in the charged state of atoms, they are called as ions. Example of molecules is oxygen molecule, where two oxygen atoms bonded together, and water molecule H2O, where two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom bonded together. Now we are going to learn about some important law from this chapter, that is law of chemical combination. So first law is law of conservation of mass. So according to this law, mass is neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Second law is law of constant proportion. According to this law, a chemical compound always contains the same elements in the same proportion by mass. There is another important law that is there is another important theory, that is Dalton's atomic theory. John Dalton was an English chemist, physicist and meteorologist. He developed modern atomic theory. According to Dalton atomic theory, matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible and indestructible. Atoms of the same element are identical in mass and properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and properties. Atoms combine in simple whole number ratios to form compounds. Friends, there are some important terminologies defined in this chapter which we going to also learn. That is atomic mass, molecular mass and mole concept. So atomic mass is the mass of an atom, typically measured in atomic mass units AMU. Molecular mass is the sum of the atomic masses of all atoms in a molecule. There is a mole concept. According to this, a mole is a unit that measures the amount of substance defined as containing exactly 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. And this number 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles is known as Avogadro number. Dear friends, you can also visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com or www.chemistrynotesinfo.blogspot.com to learn more about atoms, molecules and other important chapters for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, BSc, MSc chemistry, and also you can learn about some important terminologies from science and chemistry, and you can also read about so many important topics on health, education and different trending categories, and different MCQs are there to solve. You can also learn about science and chemistry by listening our podcasts, and you can also learn about financial education from our website. So do visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com. It is a free website to learn. Thank you to listening this podcast. If you find interesting this podcast, please share with your friends and spread free education with each other. Thank you to listening your podcast.